Welcome everybody to the SRN Wednesday night coverage of our truck series. We are in Charlotte this week. I got a special sponsor you see there in the upper right of your picture, the VFW Post 1536 out in Sayre, Texas. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Hope you all enjoy this race here. These drivers are just getting ready to take their qualifying run, so a couple of them are going around track here. While we do that, let's take a look at our race conditions for the evening. We are at 80 degrees ambient temperature, 60% humidity, 2 mile an hour of wind. Track temperature is 120. That is a super hot racetrack. It is going to be very slick out there, and these trucks are going to be kind of bobbing and weaving all over the place, as you see our 92 truck there as he is taking his time, and he is going through the inside roval, trying to get it all there. Unfortunately, that's going to be kind of common for the race tonight. This is going to be a very, very slick track, so these drivers are going to have to be very careful as they go around this track. 125 laps tonight. We are watching right there Elijah Fisher in his 11. I believe he is done, currently on the pole right now. And it looks like Chris Barker over there, he's done as well, but he has just bumped him off, just ran a 30.61 to take the pole right now, almost 3/10 faster than second place. A great lap for him. Looking through here, we got quite a few drivers on track right now. Let's go to Joshua Highbaugh, currently in the fourth position in that 41 truck there. Looks like he's done as well. Let's see if we can get somebody actually running. There's Dakota Shepard in the 101. He is on a heater right here. Let's see what he can do. And looks like he's in 13th position at this point. Michael Brooks now taking a lap there in the 92. Remember, he kind of spun a little bit earlier, gets it back on track here, see what he can do with it. Currently shown in the 11th position. Okay, and he is finished there. Looks like he ends up 11th. On Schuenbachler there, he is in 5th. He is also finished. Ledford slowing her down. It looks like everybody is just about finished here with this run. Bobby Hall finishing his. That's our points leader right there. See what he comes in at. Boosts right up to pole, position 4 right there with a 30.80. And he's going to get one more. I don't think he's done, or is he? Oh, it looks like he's at speed, so we'll see if he can improve from 4th place. Nope, he's going to go ahead and come into the pit, so 4th place is going to be it for him. Thomas Hall, the only one left on track, and it looks like he is finished as well. So all of these cars have now taken their time. We will wait just a moment here for them to all get finished, and we'll get the grid for you. All right, give me just a moment as this resets. So we should be able to bring up the grid. There we go. So Chris Barker is going to get the pole tonight. Elijah Fisher is going to be in 2nd. Stephen Shue in 3rd. 4th is going to be Bobby Hall. Joshua Highbaugh is in 5th. 6th is going to go to John Schuenbachler. Gordon Spain in 7th. Dan Worthington is going to be in 8th. 9th goes to Chris Phillips. Mike Allen is in 10th. Alex Healy in 11th. 12th is going to go to Wes Wigan. All right, so that's your top 12 there. It looks like we have a grand total of 28 trucks this evening as you see them starting to line up there. let's see if we can get a quick little interview with our pole sitter, Chris Barker, that is. Him down. Oh. Maybe not. Hold on. Chris, this is Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right, buddy. Well, put her on the pole. Was it pretty slick out there?
Yeah, I'm surprised I've done that, guy. I hit the wall in 3 and 4 on my burn lap, so I'd have had no momentum coming to the start finish. So, it was terrible. I went like a 6/10 faster in practice there, but the track temperature changed. It was 104 in that first session. Now it's 121. So I think it's gonna be a guessing game for everybody, man.
Yeah, it's pretty hot out there, but hey, you got the front spot. You'll be controlling the field. You gonna just put the hammer down, or you gonna try to conserve it?
We'll just see how it goes. I'd rather be following, to be honest, but I'm out here, so we'll just see what happens.
I got you, bud. All right, well, good luck. We'll be watching.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right. And back in his team channel there. All right, very good. So there's your pole sitter there. We're gonna have to keep an eye on him. Always a competitor, always good there. He's got some new faces around him. He's got Elijah Fisher there in second, so it should be interesting to see. He has been with us for a few weeks in this league. He was doing race control before that, but he is a competitive car as well, and Steven Shu is in third. Now, you notice right there, you got two Foothills teammates on the inside, so they should definitely be able to work together, count down that green flag drop, and we'll see how they do. We'll go ahead and bring up the tower here so that we can take a look at our drivers this evening and where they're at. This is going to be the only pace lap, so we anticipate going green right here. There goes the truck. As they enter the restart zone, it will be on the flagman for the initial start, and here we go. We are under green. 11 of Elijah Fisher did a great job keeping with them there on the outside. They come down into turn one for the first lap, but we got a caution already. Not sure what happened. Let's take a look here. It's like Bobby Grady. Let's take a look real quick. The back. Looks like they kind of bottled up there as they were getting started. That's not how they want to start it. Now, not too much damage there, maybe a little bit more for the two than others, but most of them just a little bit of bumping. So we'll re-rack this, get them back underway. And that was quite the bottle up. Not sure if somebody spun their tires. That's completely possible with it being as slick as it is out there on cold tires. Could have spun those tires pretty good. And, you know, when you get two trucks back from that spin, they can't see it happen. They don't have the time to react, so they just have to kind of hope that everybody in front of them is going. And so, unfortunately, on this one, that is not what happened. But not what we want to see early, but we will re-rack it, and I'm sure these guys will get going here pretty good. Good group of racers, a lot of clean, hard competitors, so kind of odd that we would have one that quick, but hey, accidents happen, mistakes are made. And it's showing right now that Bobby Grady is in the lead, but I believe that he is going to take a wave around from where he is at. So we will have to see what's going on there. I'm showing him up there. Yeah, he's taking a wave around now, and then they'll re-rack that and get it right. So it looks like pretty much up front, everybody's going to be in the same exact position. weren't here at the very beginning, just want to say thank you again to the VFW. You see them kind of in that top right corner there, post number 1536 out of Sayre, Texas. This is not the start we wanted with the accident, but we'll get you guys some action here real soon. Speaking of the VFW, looks like the 11 out there. If I could get on him for a second, I'll show you that paint scheme he's running. If I could get, there you go, right there with the U.S. Air Force. Nice looking car there. All right, so let's see. They're kind of spread out here. We may, no, we're not getting, okay, we're going to get one to go this time by. And it looks like iRacing has gotten everything figured out there with the 2 car being in the lead. He's now scored last on the lead lap in the 26th position. While we're going around there, you see we got Scott Millard there is in the pits. Unfortunately, we do have a cool little camera here. Scott being the one that kind of set up this whole thing. We'll take a look. There's him in his cockpit racing now on pit road, getting a few things fixed up so that he can get back out on the track there, taking some time to do some damage repair from that. He'll be right back in it shortly, I'm sure. And we'll get back on our leaders here as we are about to go green coming into turn 3 now. Scott Millard is off of the pits and he will catch up as these guys are getting ready. All right. There you go. Pace truck is off. The field is in the hands of that 46 truck of Chris Barker. As he hits the loud pedal, he is going to be clear, and so is Steven Shu beneath there, so the inside lane gets going real quick. And the 94 of Bobby Hall gets through as well. So Elijah Fisher kind of has to settle back there in 4th position. As you see him kind of fanned out in the back there, but pretty single file here up front. Kind of using a little bit of a higher side, probably easier to hang on to. They do got cold tires, as you see him getting a little bit wobbly there. Now Bobby Hall, you see him looking at the outside. It's a flex against the Foothills Motorsports there on the outside, and he is going to take that position from the high side. So early on, we can see that the high side is the preferred line. We'll see if that continues and prevails through the night, or the afternoon, I should say here. Steven Shu kind of scrapes the wall just a little bit. All of this racing here is letting Chris Barker get out front. He's got about a half a second lead now, you can see there. Bobby Hall working his way up, trying to get back there to Chris. Lots of single file racing now. These guys are just trying to get these trucks underneath them, get some heat in the tires, so that they can kind of be a little bit more aggressive. You see some using the high side, some using the low side. Chris Barker's real fast. He's continuing to set that lead out further and further. Bobby Hall is committed to the bottom there in 1 and 2. Let's see what he does in 3 and 4, if he's going to do the same thing. Like he kind of goes middle, kind of to the bottom there, so he's committed to that line. High side is still good for some people. We go back here. Sorry, right there, we got 3 cars, Steven Shu being one of them out front. The 6 of Chris Phillips and the 38 of Gordon Spain all kind of going for position there. And now they got it all sorted out. Look at all this single file racing. These guys are just trying to feel out these cars. It's slick out there. I think the track temperature is about 124 right now, and that is very, very hot and very slick. Take a look back out front. Go to the blimp view so you can see there's Chris Barker. He's all by himself. There the other trucks come into play. Chris Barker's got him a great lead as you just see the 11 of Elijah Fisher passes Bobby Hall there. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if Elijah's going to come on strong here or if Bobby is going to fall back because he was a little too hard on his tires early. Only 10 laps in, though. I can't imagine he's messed them up too much. Maybe just didn't hit a corner quite right. Needs to get it back underneath him. Elijah Fisher's definitely catching Barker. He has dropped the 10th and a half off of that lead. See Bobby Hall now into the clutches of the 00 there. Stephen Shue. As Stephen Shue looks to the inside, he's going to look to take that on the inside, and that is going to prevail. So just like that, as the tires are cold and coming up the temperature, the high side worked good to keep momentum, but now you see the bottom side definitely prevailing as Bobby Hall loses another spot to Chris Phillips there. That 6 and that 00 are teammates. And the 38 now is going to take a look on the inside there of the 94. And so the 94 came on strong, made a few spots up at the beginning, and is now kind of dropping back as he does lose that spot to the 38. There's the lead there. It is shrinking a little bit. Let's go back to the blimp so we can see that. You can definitely see the trucks are a little bit more in picture, but still, 6/10, 7/10 of a lead. So he's doing just fine. He's able to relax, run his line. No real threat from anywhere. You got something going on here with Dan Worthing, I think may have clipped the wall a little bit there as he is dropping back a couple of spots in that 113. Looks like he's got it back underneath him there, and he will be fine. Go up a couple of spots here as we do have a battle there. You see that kind of three-way battle there with the 15 of Matt Grenier. Trying to see the other trucks there. 93, that's going to be Thomas Hall. And it looks like the 88 of Wes Wygand as well up front there. As you now see the 01 of Jeff Ledford come into the picture. Speaking of Jeff Ledford there, we can go on board with him for a moment. There he is in his truck. And we do have a caution on the track. Hold up, hold everything. Let's take a look and see if we can find what that was. It might be Nate Brooker. Let's take a look. He's already kind of spinning around there. I think he came off the corner a little bit out of control, a little loose, and just could not save it. Unfortunately, tough break for him there. He'll go back here. So, second caution at lap 15. Something's going on up there. Somebody was off track on the bottom. Not sure what happened there. So Chris Barker maintains the lead and Stephen Shue in second. Chris Phillips in third. Not sure what happened here with Elijah Fisher. He is off pace. Doesn't look like he's all that damaged. Kind of trying to get a couple of views here. Not sure what's going on there and why that truck shut off. Somebody hit the kill switch, I guess. Not really sure. Let's take a look out front, though. Gordon Spain is going to stay out for now as the leaders are all pitting. He is the first one to stay out. I believe he was in position 5 or so. So, Bobby Hall stays out. Healy stays out. Brooks, Highball all stay out. So, interesting enough that there's 9 cars that did not take a pit on this this go here. So, as we watch these guys come off pit road, we're going to have to see how that is going to play out. I believe those cars that have the older tires are going to be way off pace. And you see Elijah Fisher there gets that U.S. Air Force truck into pit road, so he is back under power. All right, so a couple of laps and we will be back underway. Let's see if we can dial up Gordon Spain, who's now leading, and see how he feels about that. Gordon, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, strategy's playing out already. What position were you in before the start there?
At the start,
Well, at the caution, well, like how many cars were in front of you? Fifth. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I said, but I wanted to make sure. Okay, so you make up a few spots. You got maybe 9-10 cars behind you that didn't pit, so you got a buffer. You think you're going to be able to keep the pace up, or what's the strategy?
just kind of hold on to what I can here, and I thought it was too early to burn up a set of tires, and
Yeah.
thought about going in and getting fuel only, but I just figured I'd hold on to the track position and see what we can do.
Yeah, well, you got that buffer to work with, so we'll see what you can do with it. You got a bunch of cars on the same strategy. That's good. You didn't get out there by yourself. So, hey, good luck with it. We'll be watching. What were you in OG? Is that right? What channel were you in? Yeah. All right.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll put you back. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. So that's OG Motorsports Gordon Spain, and we'll have to see how him and Bobby Hall, Alex Healy, Brooks, Josh Hybaugh, Wes Wigan, Thomas Hall, Matt Grenier, all of them all stayed out, and we'll have to see how that strategy plays. But from about 9th back, they all have fresh tires. Now in this series, they have 4 sets, and so while this is a little bit early, this is the reason why we have 4 sets, is these guys now can kind of make that decision. Hey, should I save it for late in the race? Am I going to use it now? Looks like the top 10 elected to save it, so if there's a later caution, they will have the fresh tires, and if there's not, then they might not get to use them. But that's the strategy that they're going to go with, and we'll have to see as this race goes on how that plays out. So, trying to look through here and see. Looks like our VFW guy over here, let's see, that's the 54, Scott Millard there on the high side towards the end of the field right now, unfortunately, but he's got plenty of time in this race, and we'll see what he can do throughout this run. As the lights are off the pace truck, so we will be going green this time by. Got a couple of flex drivers up there, the 94 and 97. You see them. Those are both flex guys. The 88 back in the right side of your screen, along with the 15 that just came in. Also a Flex Motorsports teammates. So if they can all get linked up, maybe they can kind of work together. This is not a drafting track, of course, but it's always good to have teammates out there with you. As we see the pace truck dip onto pit roads, the field is in the hands of the 38. Let's see where he goes in this Geico restart zone, and he goes early, gets a good jump, and he is clear, and the 97 is going to try to do the same. Oh, and they are wrecking in the back again. Quite a few. Let's take a look. Steven Shue is in it. Let's see. This is kind of where I think this all started. Actually, it looks like it was a little further up. The 92 just didn't quite get going. We can kind of estimate from that, but you can see there a lot of vehicles. Let's get another view here from the 88. Oh, and the 92 just spun his tires, and unfortunately just so slow. Nowhere for these guys to go at this point. The track is so slick. They're sliding everywhere. And we got some seriously damaged vehicles now. Gonna have to use that. Now, if you're not familiar, in this series, all of these vehicles do get one fast repair. So they can come in, repair the vehicle quickly, and get right back out. But if they have any other issues, they're going to not have that again. So only one shot at it. As you see this 17 truck dog walking down the track trying to get to the pit road. So some pretty heavy damage there, not even up to speed yet, unfortunately. Guys with this slick track are gonna start to learn here that you can't just drop the throttle on the restart if you're in second gear. If you try it in third gear, you probably could drop the throttle, but it's going to take a little bit of time to wind up, which is better than spinning it out. But that's what these guys are dealing with today. Unfortunately, it is some slick conditions. See several people. We kind of take a look at pit road. Look at all these now. These guys are just now coming in because the pits are open. So about 6 trucks have elected now to take tires, take that pit that maybe didn't last time, or possibly just need to get some more repairs done. The ones that were already there obviously had damage already from that accident, so we're already in there. Trying to see, it looks like the pace, the wave around car is going by. That's going to be the 71 of Q there. Take a look at him. And I do believe we have his on board today. There he is in his rig and trying to get a lap back here. So I think this is going to actually put him back on the lead lap. So that would be good. Good for him to get done. So, as a rear rack, pretty much the front 4 are the same with the 97 and 94 have kind of flipped positions there. As you see the 38 going through that dog leg there. Not sure what happened there, but maybe just having a little fun with it. So, let's see. Lights are off the pace truck, so we will be getting green this time. So we'll go green on lap 23 here. Already 3 cautions. As you see on that track map, there's still a few guys that are in the pit still. And a few guys trying to get the wave around and come back in there. Take that off. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of an overlap from our sponsor logo to the track, so unfortunately can't see that too well, so we'll get that out of the way. Okay, let's see on this restart if these guys are gonna, maybe they're gonna start in third gear, or maybe they're just gonna be more cautious on that loud pedal. See what they do. Gordon Spain got a good jump last time. I would expect him to do the same here. All right, pace truck's off. Here we go. Let's see if he goes shallow in that restart box again. He does not. This time he waits a little bit longer. He's mixing it up so the guys can't time him. Great strategy there, and he gets a good jump. 94 is going to try to follow through just like the 97 did last time. Kind of hard to do. You see the 00 there just getting off pit road. He's going to be a lap down. Possibly 2 laps. He was in there for a little while. You see some trucks getting loose there towards the back. These guys side by side up front. Teammates Flex Motorsports. Little crossover action there, trying to get the lead. I think Bobby Hall thought about 3 wide there for a second, but oh, and we got a caution again. This is Jeff Ledford here, I think. Let's take a look. So the 01 there at the top right. Oh, the 55 just kind of came down and tagged the 113. And we got damage again, unfortunately. So we see the 01 there of Jeff Ledford. He is a little bit damaged there. We got Ledford's camera. There's Ledford. So unfortunate braking there. Or unfortunate break there as a 97 still trying to get it taking care of it. And see the 01's got damage. She's loose, trying to get her around to get to the pits. But as we did get through there to that, and Gordon Spain is going to go ahead and pit now. The 97 took the lead. He's going to stay out again, along with the 94 and the 93. So a couple of cars still staying out at this point, not taking a set of tires yet. All right, so let's re-rack it again, I guess, huh? If we can get Healy in here. Alex, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
I got you.
Well, staying out a little bit here. You're just trying to save a set of tires for later?
Yeah, I think tires going to be important compared to that first session we were in. The track's just a lot greasier compared to the first session. Like my best time was about a half second slower, and it seemed like the fall off was much more severe. So trying to, with all these cautions, just trying to nurse these as long as I can. And when I do finally come, I'm already at the point to where I've saved one set.
Yeah.
Because if we were going green right now is about when I would have wanted to come down pit road. So I'm pretty happy right now. I'm sure if we get a green flag run, these fresh tires are gonna come suck my paint off. But that's a risk I'm willing to take at this juncture.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we haven't seen a long run yet, and so if we get multiple cautions towards the end as well, you'll have more tires than them, and it may work out. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Good luck with it. We'll be watching the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll be talking to you in about an hour.
All right. All right, there's Alex Healy in that 97 truck, our leader at the moment. Now, for the trucks that did pit, okay, let's go back. Chris Barker right there in the 46. He was leading. He is now in the 7th position. So the tires are allowing him to come back through the field and pass a few trucks, but he definitely needs some green flag runs here so that he can make up that time, and the tires are actually going to show a difference. But with these quick cautions, kind of hard to do. So we'll have to keep an eye on him back there in P7 for now. All right, so not one to go yet, as they are still single file here. And you see the 97 and 94 there, they are those Flex Motorsport teammates. So they will be lining up side by side. Oh, why are they single file? Maybe, I believe Race Control maybe did that so that they would not have as much of a chance to crash. So that may be trying to clean this restart up so that they can get going. They both take off there. Get a little bit of gap now between the trucks, and it looks like we're under caution again. So this is just very difficult for these guys to drive, unfortunately. Let's see what happened here. It looks like it's Ledford again, unfortunately. Let's take a look at that. And he's in that 01 white, gold, and black there. He gets going. Oh, these guys up in front of him got him. Elijah Fisher in the 70, in the 11 and the 77, and he was just kind of the victim of that one. And then Robert Amaral, this is, I believe, the 77 here. Yeah, so he just kind of came up and pinched the 11 against the wall, and nowhere for these guys to go, unfortunately. So we will do it again. It looks like this track temperature and this slippery conditions is taking a toll on these drivers. It's unfortunate, but as these crashes continue to happen and these guys lose their fast repairs, they're going to have to be in the pits for longer periods of time. We could take a look on pit road Can't see a whole bunch of vehicles in there at this time. Only a couple in right now. Now what it is doing is some of these cars that were in an earlier accident that were a lap down, they may actually be able to be getting some laps back, and that's going to put them back into contention here. So it's good for those guys, but not good for the entertainment value, if you will. We'd much rather see some green flag runs, but looks like some treacherous conditions here. And there goes a truck now. Bring up this track map just for a second. That's the 45 going around. So the 45 of Nate Brooker gets the free pass. So he's going to be back around. Looks like that will most likely put him back on the lead lap. So good for him. He's back in the hunt. And I think as long as these quick cautions happen, I don't think these guys are gonna pit from up front for a while. But you did see that the 46 truck there, that is Chris Barker, our pole setter, went from 7th to 5th. So even in that small amount of time, he got 2 more trucks. So he's, you know, using the time that he has to get back up front. We'll see if we get one to go this time by. I think we should. Watch the lights on top of the pace truck there. If they go, they are off, so we will go green this time. Five cautions so far early in this. We're on pace for a caution about every 5 laps, so that's not too good here, but we'll get this going here. These guys will figure it out. It's a good group of drivers. All of them have a lot of talent, and they'll figure it out. It's just it's tough, and these trucks are pretty squirrely. The way these bodies are designed, there's not a ton of weight in the back, and so once you start to spin tires, it's pretty much over. It's hard to collect these things. Whereas if you've ever seen any racing with the next gen Cup cars, you know that they are extremely easy to catch if you get a little sideways. Not these ones, not so much at all. So we are going to do this one single file again to see if we can get this going. Okay, and here we go. Alex Healy takes the field through the restart box. He gets going there. Hopefully we will have a clean restart here. Looking pretty good so far. Pretty spread out front, which is perfect. That's what we want. Don't want to see too much craziness. Keep an eye on Chris Barker there. He's the first with the fresh tires in that 46 blue and yellow machine there. He's going to try to use the high side here. Get momentum off of this corner on that 15, but 15's hanging tough there on the bottom. They're going to have the 93 here in a minute, so the 46 might get boxed in just a little bit. He's going to make that pass. Those tires are just so much better there. He makes the pass on the outside, so put Chris Barker in P4 as you see Chris Phillips in the 6. 2 Foothills teammates there. He's going to go through as well. Now they got their eye on Thomas Hall in that 93 truck. See what he can do. Gonna go with the outside again. These guys don't want to give up the inside, so they're gonna go ahead and give him the outside, make him do it the hard way. And look at how much more momentum he can hold through that corner. There he is side by side. And makes the pass. 93 dips in there, so the 6 can't get him as well. The 94 just looks really hooked up right now with those fresher tires. So this is where it's really going to start to pay off. You see the 6 back there on the outside. Side by side, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And the 97 there is the leader. So the 46 is hunting him down now. Now, we heard Alex say in his interview earlier, you know, that if we had some green flag runs that he was going to be in trouble. But listen, a couple of these cars are going to pass him, but they're not going to get, he's not going to, you know, fall back to 20th or something. So I just don't think that this is going to be too terrible for him as we see Chris Barker take the lead pretty easily. Take a look back here. We got a side-by-side with Bobby Grady there in the 2 and Nathan Johnson of the 5. Who can prevail there. 38, I think, has tires, so he is going to try to get both of them here shortly if they keep going side by side, slowing themselves down. Now, where is the 38 going to go? That's the question. He's kind of boxed in there. Nowhere really to go. He's got to pick who's going to get better. As the 5 slides up, and that gives the bottom to 38, he'll take it and probably pass both of these guys here shortly. Got one going for the other. There you have it. Those new tires are great for him. Let's check in on our points leader, Bobby Hall there in that green truck, 94, currently in the 4th position. Gordon Spain back here continues to move up, getting the 15 truck of Matt Grenier now. Bit further back in the field, you got Nate Brooker just got by the 92 there of Michael Brooks. 45 has newer tires as well, so that's got some different strategies and different tires going on here that are mixing things up a little bit. Now we got a battle for the lead here between teammates. Chris Phillips has caught Barker. See if he's okay with just kind of following with him for a little bit here. I wouldn't imagine this is going to be too aggressive. And with all those cautions and everything, we only have 5 vehicles that are off track right now, so that's pretty good. You see the 6 car's not really able to do too much right now, so maybe not really trying that hard with his teammates. Let's go back here as the 38 now is making his way back up. He is in 6th position. Looking at Thomas Hall on the inside there. Going to take that one, it looks like. And didn't quite clear him there, so going to have to stay to the inside. There's the pass. Now he's clear. And this 33, John Schuenbachler, also on some fresher tires. You can see that he's going to come through as well. Makes that pass clear. There's a 38 now working on the 97. And he gets the 97. So 38 now. Gordon Spain is now in the 4th position. Alex Healy restarted with the lead, I should say, is going to fall back to 5th now, but he's hanging pretty strong there with those older tires. So is Bobby Hall. He is in the 4th position. Those older tires aren't too bad right now. As you see Gordon Spain there in the 38 going for another spot. It's Bobby Hall there. All right, so got a decent run going here. And we'll go check back up front with our leaders. They are still in tow with each other. As you see, the 6 now does dive deep. Gonna make that pass. I think Chris Barker knew he was faster, made it a little bit easy on his teammate there. They see the 38 coming, so you got to get the fastest truck out front quickly. That 38 is catching him for sure. Take a look here at Mike Allen trying to make a pass on Dakota Shepard. Shepard in that 101 on the outside there concedes that position. And back up front, it looks like Chris Phillips in the 6 is kind of gapping Chris Barker now, and Gordon Spain has caught Barker. This field's getting pretty spread out now. You can see they're around about half of the track or so. So everybody's kind of settled in at this point. We'll get some racing going here. We'll go back to a wider view there where you can see the distance, the gap there. Not a huge gap, but definitely comfortable for Chris Phillips at this point. Able to do what he needs to do to log the fastest laps that he can. Just to give you an idea, Phillips is on those fresh tires, or fresher tires, I should say. His best lap in this race is a 30.97. His last lap was a 32.46. So about a second and a half slower, even with the fresher tires, than his best lap. As you see Gordon Spain there getting around Barker. His tires are a little bit fresher, I do believe, so there wasn't a whole lot of green flag, but you can see the difference that it makes. Take a look back here. We've got Mike Allen and Joshua Highbaugh, 41, and Highbaugh, 29. And it looks like the car up high there kind of got into the fence a little bit there. That's a 71. They get around him. Single file racing now. You guys have seen enough crashing for a little while. Go back up front as a 33 now is getting around Chris Barker. I think Chris Barker may have used the tires a little bit much getting around those cars in the beginning, using that high side. That's kind of cost him. He's got too much heat in those tires now, and it's cost him a couple positions. Still doing fine though there in the 4th place. Let's see. Trying to find. Got Millard there in the 54. Currently in the 21st position. Let's check in on him and see what he looks like in that car now. There he is. Laser focused. Trying to get back in this thing. So he's gonna I think he's still a lap down. So what he needs one more caution, and that may get him the free pass. In fact, I believe that passing Jeff Ledford right there may actually get him that lucky dog if we do get a caution, as we see a car now on pit road. A couple of guys are getting onto pit road that hadn't pit before. This may shake things up a little bit. Let's go back to the front of the field, as Gordon Spain has taken the lead there. So he has the freshest of all tires. That's going to help him out for now, but eventually, as we stay green, these tires are going to start to kind of equalize. And the 33 and 38 are not going to be that much faster. So if these guys can stay with them, they'll have a shot to get this back later on in the run. And it looks like Bobby Hall, our points leader, he is one of the trucks that stayed out and Alex Healy back there with him. They are both coming down pit road now because they have not pit yet, so they kind of have to. So this is going to shake things up for sure. These guys are going to be probably a lap down when they come out, and they're going to have to kind of use some strategy to get that back. And you see that the 38 and the 33 have passed these guys, but are not able to gap them. Now that they got out there, it's not as fast, and so tires are getting worn, and the 6 and the 46 there, they have a little bit more draft ability, and they can stay with these guys a little bit. So we'll see who ends up being best on this long run. Moonbachler doing a good job there, staying in second. He is running pretty comparable laps, but you see the 38 is now kind of pulling out and away, maybe a truck and a half, 2 truck lengths, something like that. Looks like it's about a quarter of a second, but he is going, and the 6 car is kind of falling back just a little bit too, but they're all still there. These top 4 have kind of broken away, about a 5-second lead back to the 2 car there, Bobby Grady. If we go to kind of the blimp view, you can see Bobby Grady kind of all by himself, but the top 4 have kind of broken away from them. You see the distance there. And now you see the 46 and the 6 just kind of falling off. The tires are used up. So the 46 using the high side to try to keep momentum, see if that's going to help at all. Just trying anything not to fall back too far. Should we go green, going to need to kind of stay there, stay somewhat competitive with them. A couple more trucks are getting onto pit road now, some cycling through there. We'll stay on these guys as I don't really see too much battling going on through the field. So, looks like 33 is kind of closing that gap a little bit, seeing if he can get competitive enough to get through it. Looks like he's got momentum there. That was a good corner for him. See if he can stick his nose on the inside and make this work. Not going to try it this corner. Trying everything he got. Looking high, looking low. He's right there. There he's going to go to the inside a bit, see if he can carry momentum. Not really. Nope, can't make that work. So, more worn the tires get, the harder it is on the bottom. And it looks like, let's take a look here. It looks like Alex Foster had a little off-track incident. Let's see if we can see what happened there. 24 kind of got loose off that corner. Oh no, and the 88 kind of bumped him, didn't have anywhere to go there. See Jeff Ledford in the 01, he is a lap vehicle. 94 now coming through with those new tires. So the 94 is going to be able to unlap himself here pretty soon with them fresh tires. You can see how much faster they really are. Gordon Spain there, our leader, has put out a decent lead now to the 33. So he was there a moment ago, but used up all the tire he got trying to get there. Got too much heat and needs to get those tires to cool down just a little bit. See if he can make another run at it as he is falling back into the clutches of the 46. You see the 46 running the high side, trying to get as much momentum as possible there. 46 is there now. Let's see if he can do it. Just like the 33 was there a minute ago, he can't try too hard or get too aggressive or he's just going to eat up the tires. He's got to be patient here. Sticking to the high side. Battle is for second place. They probably will have to pit somewhat shortly here, I would assume. Because you see the 97 going by also had to pit, so he's going to try to get his lap back as well on track. A couple more cars, the 88 of Wes Wagon, the 45 of Nate Brooker, both getting onto pit road now. And you see the 46 and the 6, the Foothills teammates are now pitting as well in the back of your screen there. So Gordon Spain, we'll see how many laps he can go, but he's got a good lead here with the 33 behind him. We'll see how far he's got to go before he needs to pit. You can see on your leaderboard there the gap that they have now. Got to imagine, though, with all of these guys pitting, everybody, you know, except for the top 6 or 7, I know Bobby Hall in the 7th position has already pit, so the top 3, 4, 5 maybe have not pit, and they're going to have to. They're losing a lot of time staying out here. Just maybe a fuel mileage play. If they can get into a window where they only have to pit one more time after this and everybody else has to pit too, that's going to work out to their advantage. As we have a caution, so this is going to shake things up a little bit. Let's take a look at what happened. Alex Foster, it looks like, in the 24, gets loose coming off of the corner there in 4 again, and he loses it. Hopefully nobody hits him. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're good to go, but he spun there on the front stretch, so caution was thrown. Okay, so the top 5, at least maybe 6, I will have to see, are definitely going to pit here. Cars are going to, somebody's going to get a wave around. It looks like Chris Barker was trapped a lap down, but if these guys pit, he will get that wave around. I would expect these top 5, 6 trucks to come in, and then we'll see how this shakes out. There they all come. Top 3 at least. A couple guys are going to stay out. And you see all of the trucks now back there going ahead and pitting. I think it is Chris Barker is the first truck that is staying out. So he is technically on the lead lap, but they're going to come back out. I got to imagine some of these guys are going to get wave arounds here. So bear with me for a second. We'll get this figured out where everybody's going to end up. We have just passed halfway. So by everybody, not everybody, but the vast majority of people pitting and then these guys doing it under caution, that has absolutely trapped quite a few trucks a lap down. Some of them will take the wave around and some of them are going to be stuck. We'll see. We shall see how this shakes out. Another truck hitting pit road there. Don't think they're going to get the wave around this time. Maybe. Yes, okay, so Barker's going to get the wave around. Phillips is getting the wave around. Let's see who else may be getting that. That looks like Bobby Grady right there in the 2, getting the wave around. Matt Grenier, 55. Matt Babinchek, 64, gets the wave around. That's Robert Charette. So, Cycle Gordon Spain back to the lead. All of those cars get the wave around back onto the lead lap. Now, here we go again. These guys are all going to have pretty fresh tires. Going to have to get through this restart here as we are 1 to go. Everybody hopefully has learned we got to be patient. We got to be easy on the throttle. Oh. Go. The rest of the trucks try to catch up here. The pace truck is on pit road. See if Gordon Spain gets a great jump here. Goes early in the box and gets a good jump, so the 33 is not going to be able to stay to his outside there. 41 is looking inside now to see if he can make that pass. 41 is Josh Highbaugh. Side by side back behind him, 33 trying to fight on the inside, or the outside there, sorry, with the 41 on the inside of him. Got the preferred line there a little bit. We'll have to see if he can make that pass stick in the corner here. Not able to do it yet. Everybody clean and clear so far for this restart, as we do see one going into the grass there just a little bit, but he's fine. Everybody's still rolling. The 41 prevails on the outside early on in this run. Now the 33 on the outside, the 94 on the inside there for third position. 94 looking good early in this run with fresh tires. Gonna try to make that stick. He's there, maybe gonna get him in the next corner, but can't clear just yet. .33 prevails on the outside. Bobby Hall's got to be careful. Don't want to scrub those tires too hard and get them too hot. There's a 33 now looking at the 41 of Highbaugh, seeing if he can pass him on the outside. Bobby Hall goes with him, says, "Hey, looks like a better line. Let's go up here." And 41 hanging tough there on the inside, though. 33's got him clear. Now the 94 looking, gets that momentum off the corner. Can't quite clear him, though. There he goes. Now he's clear. He's got that pass. We're single file up front. Looks like if we go back here to about 8th, 9th, got a bunch of cars back here battling for it. See Chris Barker there in the 46. Wasn't able to get tires because he had to take that wave around to get back on the lead lap, but he didn't have too many laps on his tires as he's working inside the 92 there. So he would like to see a caution here in about 10-15 laps to drag everybody down pit road so they can all get on the same cycle again, but we'll see how that's going to play out. As back up front, Bobby Hall Jr. looking to the inside of the 33 now. Can't make that pass work for second. Still trying. Using the high side already. Not a lot of momentum there right now, though. Loses a little bit of room. Let's go back to the 46. Now looking inside of the 92. See if he can make that work. Looks pretty good. Let's see how he does going into the corner. Not quite clear. There he gets clear off the corner, so he's good to go. Now he's going to try to set sail on another vehicle here on the 113 of Dan Worthington is in front of him. Chris Barker now in the 8th position. Still battling up front here for second. 94 cannot make it work, can't get around him yet. Working at it hard, though. You see him sucked up right to that bumper. Seems like that high side just doesn't have the momentum in it, but he does get good drive off. Gets right back to that bumper, but he's got to be able to get a bumper inside so that he can get that. Bobby Hall go on the chase. Trying to make the move there on the high side. Has momentum at this point. Is he going to be able to make that work through the corner? And it looks like he does. Oh no, the 33 is there again. Momentum back to him. And I think he's going to have him clear. There you go. So put Bobby Hall in P2. Gordon Spain has about a half-second lead still. And so we'll see if Bobby Hall can catch Gordon Spain. And when he gets there, is he going to have some tires left is the question. Like we got the 46 of Chris Barker is now passing the 5. That is for 9th position. Chris Phillips now trying to go through as well. He can make that pass. Chris Phillips side by side with Nathan Johnson there in the 5. Good run there for the 6. Takes a look to the inside. Can't quite make that happen yet. Five gets a good run in there. These guys are battling pretty hard. Let's take a look back up front. Still about a quarter second. He's made up some ground on Gordon Spain there, but not quite there yet. Nothing really doing up front. Let's go back here to this. These guys are a little bit closer. See if they can. Michael Allen seems like he's kind of on the move. See if he can make something happen here with Dan Worthington and the 113 in front of him. Alex Healy in front of them both. 97 113 are flex teammates. Sure, they don't want anybody getting around them. We take a look up here. Looks like the 41 now fighting back to the 33. Not really able to get there either. Very difficult when the track is this loose. You can't really dive the corners. You have to get the drive off, but also if you pick up that throttle too quick, you're going to be loose off the corner. So it's just very tough to try to be aggressive. It's better to be smooth and consistent, but it's so hard when you got a car right there. As we see Bobby Hall now taking a look at the 38 for the lead. Using a little bit higher line to see if he can get that momentum, but can't quite get anything done yet. See from the ticker there on your leaderboard, quite a bit of a spread between these top 10. Bobby Hall now using the bottom. He's just going wherever Gordon Spain isn't, trying some different lines, trying to figure out where the car is making up ground, where it's going to be a little bit faster. Trying to conserve tires at the same time. A lot of work in these trucks right now. Let's go on with his roll bar and see what he's dealing with inside that. Take a look at the wheel and let's see how much he's got to play with that just to keep the thing straight. You can tell from his setup, he's probably running about a 10-to-1 ratio. Not a lot of wheel input there. But you see him in those corners having to go back and forth a bit because the back end wants to step out. Watching this corner as he kind of has to go back and forth a little bit. Pretty smooth, actually, in 3 and 4. Then he's got to catch it a little bit. The front half here, the turns 1 and 2, he was a little bit more squirrely last time. Let's see if that happens again. See, in the middle of that corner, he's got to turn back to the right because it wants to kind of spin a little bit. So he's working that wheel quite a bit, but just not making up much ground, unfortunately. Looking through the field, not seeing a whole lot of battles here. That's Alex Healy there in the 97 in the 6th position. Take a look at Nate Brooker in that 45. He had some issues earlier, but great rebound. He's in the 12th position, and he's up 15 spots from where he started. So even though he had some issues, great recovery and on the march forward for him. Back up front. 94 is now losing a 10th here, 10th there. Not quite as fast anymore. They have used up all the goodie in those tires. Now you see the 33 is kind of catching there. See what he can do. Seems like the 33 there, Schuenbachler, has been good about keeping the tires underneath him, not overdriving the car, and as the run goes on, he's definitely looking like one of the stronger vehicles. Is a 71 there is a lap vehicle. So he goes to the inside, the guys get around. Bobby Grady in the 2 there, also a lap vehicle. And now you see the 33 trying to use in that very bottom line, trying to get some momentum down there, see what he can do with it. They are side by side now. This is for the 2nd position. Neck and neck. Gets a little bit loose in the bottom there, but is able to catch it and power off the corner. Advantage goes to 33. Has to hold it down though with the truck on his outside, so he can't really throttle off like he wants to, but he's still there. He's got the edge. Gets him clear in turn 1. Let's see if he floats up and kind of cuts off that lane. A little bit he does there. Give him the 2nd position. And it looks like, I think I just caught out of our back view there. Yep, 113 is trying to pass the 41 at this point. So Dan Worthington trying to make up a spot. And he is having the same issues on the inside. You can't really power off. You got to stay low. That makes it tough, but he's still got his nose in there. He does not want to give that up and give the line back to the 41. So he's going to stay right there and see if he can dive it into turn 1 like we just saw the 33 do. Does, and he got him clear. Let's see if he moves up. He does. He's got that position, so Dan Worthington up to P4. Chris Barker, let's check in with him. Currently in the 9th position, working on Michael Allen in that 29. Not able to get up to him yet. I'm looking, that's a 92 of Mike Brooks. He is up there as well. So Barker is trying to find his way around both of these guys on older tires. Making it work right now. Uh-oh. Like a little lag in the internet there. Go back to Chris Barker and see what's going on there. Yeah, looks like same position. He can't get around there. Probably not trying to push it right now with 2 trucks there. Doesn't want to get boxed in and have another issue. Using the high side. Not much doing up there though. A little bit of momentum. Getting a little closer, inch by inch. falls off a little bit there in 3 and 4. So it looked like he was better in 1 and 2 on the higher side, but not so much in 3 and 4. And now as we see Bobby Hall there in second, the first place car is about half a second ahead of him right there. And that 64 is on fresher tires lap down, so not for position, but gonna have to let him get around. Don't want to fight with him as they are battling each other. There's Chris Barker back at it. He is close again. Can't quite make it happen. Tell he wants to dive. There he goes. He's going to the inside. See if he can make that stick. Oh, he's going to pit here. Okay, so 46, because he had to take that wave around, him and his teammate are going to go ahead and pit here. This is going to be their last time in. They definitely can make it to the end as we only have 30 laps left. So we'll go back up front, watch these guys as it's getting a little bit closer up front, and we'll have to keep an eye on Barker and Phillips and see how they fare here as they are pitting now. Going to be a lot faster coming back out as a 33 now is going to pit as well. That's going to give the lead to Bobby Hall. And we'll see how long he wants to stay out there on these older tires. As you can see on his deck lid, you can kind of see it sometimes. Can't really get a great view of it there, but he's got that VFW Post 1536 on the back of his truck. There he goes. That's the thing, is when those other guys pit, even though he's got fuel to go longer, the lap time is so much slower that's just going to drag him down pit road. He's got to come down. So that puts Dan Worthington in the lead for the moment.